Ever find yourself overwhelmed by your emotions? Here are 4 ways to work through our emotions. Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. The emotional landscape. Ever wonder how to navigate through this emotional storm? Well, you're not alone. Emotions, these complex reactions to our personal experiences, can sometimes feel like uncharted territory. But fear not, we're here to help you map out your emotional landscape. Let's start by acknowledging that emotions are an integral part of our human experience. They shape our perception of the world, guide our decisions, and influence our relationships. But when they become overwhelming, they can feel like a storm cloud looming over our heads, making it difficult to see the clear sky beyond. So how do we navigate through this storm? The answer lies in understanding and working through our emotions. This might seem challenging at first, but with patience, practice, and a bit of guidance, we can learn to weather any emotional storm that comes our way. We'll be walking you through a 4-step process to help you understand and work through your emotions. This isn't a quick fix or a one-size-fits-all solution, but a guide to help you develop your emotional intelligence, giving you the tools to navigate your emotional landscape with confidence and grace. The first step is naming the emotion. This is about identifying and acknowledging what you're feeling. By giving a name to our emotions, we give ourselves permission to feel them. And this is the first step towards understanding them. Next, we identify the cause. This involves exploring what triggered the emotion. Understanding what causes our emotions can provide us with valuable insights into our experiences and responses. The third step is to identify behavior and thoughts. This is about recognizing how our emotions influence our behavior and thought patterns. This self-awareness can help us respond to our emotions in a more constructive manner. Finally, we challenge the emotion. This involves questioning if our emotional response is appropriate or disproportionate, allowing us to address our feelings more effectively. So, buckle up as we dive into the first step of working through your emotions. Remember, this is a journey, not a race. Each step forward is a victory in itself. Let's begin this adventure together. Name the emotion. So what's this emotion you're feeling? Can you name it? That's your first task in the journey of self-discovery and emotional intelligence. It's like being a detective of your own mind, sifting through the clues your feelings provide. You see, our emotions often act as a compass, guiding us towards understanding our inner world better. They are like messengers, delivering important information about our experiences, thoughts, and perceptions. So let's start by naming the emotion. Are you feeling happy, sad, angry, or anxious? Or perhaps it's a cocktail of emotions you're experiencing. As diverse as our feelings can be, it's crucial to pinpoint what exactly we're feeling. Why? Because naming the emotion is the first step to understanding it and ultimately managing it. Think about it this way: emotions are like different colors on an artist's palette. Each color has its own identity, and when mixed together, they can create a myriad of shades and tones. Just like an artist recognizes each color, we need to recognize each emotion. Now, you might be wondering, how do I correctly identify my emotions? Well, it's simple. Pay attention to your physical sensations, thoughts, and behaviors. Are your palms sweaty? Is your heart racing? Are you having negative thoughts? Are you lashing out at others or withdrawing from social situations? These are all clues to what you might be feeling. But remember, it's not about judging the emotion or labeling it as good or bad. It's about acknowledging its presence. Emotions are neither right nor wrong. They just are. So, let's say you're feeling frustrated, you've named the emotion. That's great. You've taken the first step. You've acknowledged your emotion rather than ignoring or suppressing it, and that's a big deal. But don't stop there. Naming your emotion is just the beginning. You're now ready to dig deeper, to uncover the cause behind this feeling. Naming your emotion is the first step. But what's causing this emotion? Let's find out in the next step. Identify the cause. Now that you've named your emotion, ever wonder what's causing it? It's like being a detective, but the clues are your feelings, and the case is your own well-being. It's time to delve into the heart of the matter, identifying the cause of your emotion. Think of your emotions as the tip of an iceberg. What we see, or rather what we feel, is only a small part of the whole picture. Beneath the surface, there's a whole array of thoughts, experiences, and circumstances that have led to the emotion you're feeling. For instance, if you're feeling anxious, it might be due to an upcoming presentation at work or school. But if you probe deeper, you might find that the root cause is a fear of public speaking, perhaps stemming from a negative experience in the past. By tracing back your anxiety to its source, you can start addressing the actual problem instead of just the symptoms. In some cases, the cause might not be so obvious. It could be an accumulation of minor stresses that have built up over time, like a pile of straws that eventually breaks the camel's back. Or it could be a more complex combination of factors, such as a stressful work environment coupled with a lack of social support. The key to identifying the cause is to be honest with yourself. It requires introspection and a willingness to face potentially uncomfortable truths. But remember, this isn't about assigning blame or dwelling on the negative. It's about understanding the why behind your emotions so you can better manage them. Sometimes writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you make sense of them. You might notice patterns or recurring themes that point to the underlying cause. It's like putting together a puzzle piece by piece. And the more pieces you have, the clearer the picture becomes. Identifying the cause of your emotion is crucial. But how does this emotion affect your behavior and thoughts? Let's explore in the next step. Identify behavior and thoughts. You've named your emotion, identified its cause, but how does it affect your behavior and thoughts? This is where we delve into the next layer of understanding our emotions. Each emotion we experience can significantly influence our actions and thought processes, sometimes in ways we might not even realize. For instance, if you are feeling anxious, you might find yourself avoiding certain situations or people. Your thoughts might be filled with what-if scenarios, leading you to feel more nervous and creating a cycle of anxiety. Or if you're feeling angry, you might find yourself acting aggressively, while your thoughts might be focused on perceived slights or injustices. So how can we identify these behaviors and thoughts? Start by observing yourself. Take note of how you act when you're feeling a certain emotion. Are there any patterns you notice? Do you tend to lash out when you're angry or retreat when you're sad? These are your behavioral responses to your emotions. Similarly, pay attention to your thoughts. When you're feeling a certain emotion, what kind of thoughts are going through your mind? Are they negative or positive? Are they focused on the past, present, or future? These thoughts are influenced by your emotions and can, in turn, influence your behavior. Understanding these links between your emotions, thoughts, and behavior can help you gain a clearer picture of your emotional landscape. It can help you recognize when you're falling into negative behavioral patterns or thought spirals and give you the tools to break free from them. But don't forget, it's okay to feel your emotions. They're a natural part of life and a vital part of who we are. It's how we handle them, how we let them influence our behavior and thoughts that can make the difference. Understanding how your emotion influences your behavior and thoughts is powerful, but what about challenging this emotion? Let's delve into that in the next step. Challenge the emotion. You've named the emotion, identified its cause and its influence on your behavior and thoughts. Now, are you ready to challenge this emotion? Challenging the emotion is the final stage in this process. It's about understanding the validity and relevance of your feelings. You see, it's not enough to just name and understand the cause of our emotions. We must also evaluate whether our emotional response is proportionate or justified. Let's consider an example. You've identified that you're feeling anxious because of an upcoming presentation. You've noted that your thoughts are dominated by fear of public speaking, and your behavior includes procrastination and avoidance. Now it's time to challenge this anxiety. Ask yourself, is this fear rational? Am I overestimating the negative outcome? Remember, it's entirely normal to experience some level of anxiety before a presentation, but if this anxiety is paralyzing, it's time to challenge and adjust it. Another example could be feeling frustrated because your friend canceled plans at the last minute. You've identified your emotion, you know the cause, and you've noticed your thoughts revolving around disappointment and your behavior reflecting irritation. To challenge this emotion, you could ask yourself, is my friend's action a reflection of our friendship? Or could there be a valid reason for the cancellation? Am I overreacting? Challenging your emotions doesn't mean dismissing them. It's about questioning whether our emotional reaction is serving us or hindering us. It's about finding balance between our feelings and our thoughts. Emotions are complex, and it's okay to feel them deeply. But remember, we also have the power to challenge and control them. We can decide if our emotional response is appropriate or if it needs adjustment. By challenging our emotions, we can manage them rather than allowing them to manage us. Challenging your emotion is the final step. By following these 4 steps, you can work through your emotions effectively and maintain your emotional well-being. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.